Today's May 21st of 23, and we're going to look at all the Mahonia that I have. Most of it is throwing new growth right now. Not all of it, but figured this is a decent time. This is eurybracteata soft caress, and this is all new growth, all these nice green fronds up top. The older growth from last year mixed in with grass. Sorry about that. It's got this more glaucous, kind of a dark gray, blue, green kind of thing going on. Then back here I've got of course I would forget the name, come on, Mahonia. This is a Mahonia by Media. It's a hybrid, and this is all brand new growth too. It looks really good. New growth on a lot of stuff to me looks and feels like new skin. It feels so sensitive, like it could just be injured by the slightest little abrasion. So this is an aquifolium. I transplanted this from across the yard. I have spoken before to how difficult it is to transplant Mahonias that are just native grown. And I transplanted a whole bunch at the beginning of last summer. Probably over 30, and I had maybe 10 or 20% success rate. It's pretty bad. So I killed a lot of Mahonia. But you know what they say, if you want to make an omelet, you got to kill some Mahonia. Do they say that? This one just threw out a flush of new growth. This is sheridaniana, and pretty normal looking Mahonia, but look at this monster leaf. I don't know what is up with that. That's freaking enormous, and it's thick. It's real thick. It almost reminds me of a opuntia or something, with how it's almost like a succulent, how thick and waxy it is. It's really soft and tender right now because it's new, but I need this thing to get bigger so I can develop an opinion of it. It's okay. I don't know. I just don't know about that one. Today is cool. It's been nice and warm. It's been up in the upper 70s, 80s, and then today it's in the upper 60s. So that's a little disappointing. The sun's trying to come out. There's some blue in the sky. This is Mahonia eurybracteata, and this is Cistus silver. Oh, it's kind of getting eaten up by bugs, isn't it? The new stuff. But the color on this is not my favorite. It looked different on online when I looked at it, but I'm not normally a fan of glaucous. Not for a tropical garden. Glaucous, that's that blue-green, gray-green color. That looks good in a desert garden, but not a tropical jungle. So here's another aquifolium. This was another successful transplant. Over here, behind these beautiful sertomiums, I've got a nervosa, and that looks really good. That is, I think I have 2 or 3 nervosa that successfully transplanted. There's a leucotha way behind there. That new red growth looks really good. Back here, this is, I think, becoming one of my favorite Mahonias. This is fortunei. This is a Dan Hinckley variety, but that's a really good looking leaf. The new growth is still very small. So here's another leucotha way. This one's not quite as red. Let's see, where's another Mahonia? Over here, I step through the garden bed, which I don't like doing. So this is leschanaultii, and I need this one to get bigger too. I still don't have a good opinion of how this one looks and whether I like it or not. Kind of looks like that charity, doesn't it? A little bit. I've got a charity over here that the new growth got damaged, so it's quite set back. It's a little guy, but got some ants in my garden. I gotta get rid of those ants. This is a new one to me, Mahonia Marvel. This is another hybrid. Kind of similar to the charity, except the leaves are nice and smooth, but do not let that smoothness deceive you. They are angry. If you touch the pokey end, it'll get you. But this one is throwing, look at all this new growth, everything from my hand up, and it's big. That's cool. This is oiwakensis. I got this last January or February, and it is like 5 times the size that it was. I've got a bunch of soft caress down here. That's all new growth, that bright green stuff. There's another soft caress. It really looks like an understory palm. I think if you planted it en masse, it looks really similar to some kind of a thin-leafed Chamaedorea, in my opinion. So what else? What other Mahonias do I have? Of course, I've got this great big soft caress. This looks very palmy. That's all old growth. The new growth is lagging behind there. Then I've got, this is a aquifolium that I transplanted and then dug up and put in a pot so I can take it with me if and when I move. Here's another successful, oh no, this is purchased from a nursery, that's right. And that's a lot of new growth. Then I've got a repens down here. This has not put on any new growth yet. Looks like it's got some green little buds coming out. Are there any other Mahonias? Man, look at that. That looks so good. Any other Mahonias? I think I've got one other nervosa up here. I do. It's putting on new growth. This was another successful transplant. Man, look at that. That looks really good, all that new growth. It looks so good. That's all the Mahonias I can think of. I want to get more. I want to do some mass planting of Mahonias. They're such cool plants.